Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Board Game Spotlight.
I'm Derek.
I'm Lizzie, and tonight we're going to be playing Rolling
Realms
from
let me get the box.
Stonemaier Games.
Hey, and it's decent. It's a small box game.
It's a square box
It
game.
is a square box game.
Well, I guess most boxes are square.
This is Rolling Realms from Stonemaier Games. It is a roll and write, it's a roll and write for 1 to 6
Literally
players.
is, yep.
We're really excited. We just got this. I was at Origins, right?
Yep.
And everything always shows up when I'm gone.
Yep.
Every time.
That's true.
We'll get Kickstarters in.
Well, I mean,
we'll
you
get
did
new
also
stuff.
leave for a year, so...
It's true. There were a lot of games that arrived while I was gone. But anyways, I believe pre-orders for this are now arriving because one of our friends, AJ Novacek, his showed up. And I said his name right for
like
the first
time. Ever. We've known him for years.
He got his game, I think, yesterday or today. So if you pre-order this game, I hope you enjoy it as much as we have, and we're here to live stream it to show it off to you.
Yeah, and this was actually a print and play that he created when...
Dude, it was like a pandemic game.
Yeah.
It's really cool. The fact that you can play this over, like, Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Skype
online,
or whatever,
as long as somebody is rolling the dice, and then, Lizzie will explain how it works.
We'll see how far he lets me go.
All right, I'm going to be quiet. Whoop, lock the key. Boom, throw it away. I'm going to check comments.
So there's going to be 3 rounds, and there is it 9? Yeah, it's 9. So each round, you're going to roll dice. You're going to get 2 numbers. You're going to write them down in this first square. I like to go top to bottom. Derek likes to go left to right. There's no right or wrong way to do it. And then you will use those numbers in
these different realms.
These different realms. So there's 11 of these realms. You're going to pick 3 new ones for each round, so you won't see all of them in a game, but that gives it a lot of replayability because you're always going to have different ones. You're going to use 1 die in one realm, so say I would put it here, and the other one in another one. So you have to use 1. You can't
double up.
You can't use them both in the same
There are some
area,
ways to break that rule, but one die has to go to one realm, the other die has to go to the other realm. And if you're comboing and you're utilizing your resources, you cannot place those in a realm that you've already activated. So that extra die, or whatever you're gaining from the resources, has to go in probably, like, the realm that you're not... It has to go in the realm you're not activating for that round.
So we can each choose different things, though. So if I could put the 5 in Euphoria and the 3 in Tapestry, he could put the 3 in Euphoria
and the 5
in Society.
Right.
So it does not matter what the other person is doing. You're using them independently.
Yep.
You're going to be able to earn resources. So there's the pumpkins, the hearts, and the coins. And then you're going to go through. You will earn stars based on how well you do in each round. And then you will get a 1/10 of a point for any resources that you have left over. So your round would look like
the rounds
7.2,
can be super varied. Like, the scoring for this can be very different. And it's all about basically how many unused resources you're holding back.
Which is really neat. And so each game, which is based on each card, which is based on a game, plays very differently. And so we'll go through and explain each one that we play with each round. So Euphoria is you're going to mark one number, or you might mark both numbers. If a pair is rolled, gain a benefit based on the sum. So if you're going to put it in, like this round I rolled a 3, I could put it here, cross out the 3. It's going to give me a coin.
Yep. But if you put the 5, you'd end up getting a star.
Yes.
But the sum of that particular box will start to increase.
So if I do a 3 this round and a 9 next round, I get a star. The next time I do something,
a 3 and a 6 gives it a 9. You said 3 and a 9, but I knew what you were saying.
You knew
3 and a 6 makes a 9.
So, like,
them watching.
Then the next round you did 2, 3, 6. It's going to be 11. You'll get a heart and a pumpkin. Yep. So you'll notice that there are 6 stars. Most of them have 6 stars. I think it's not quite exact on all of them. Or maybe it is. I don't know.
I think they all have 6 stars, but like between 2 cities, the scoring is highly varied. It's all about how you place and how you utilize the dice, because they're super thematic. Like, between 2 cities only scores the lowest value of the 2 realms adjacent to it.
It's very thematic to the game it is based on.
Yeah, you could score 1 star in one and 6 in the other, and between 2 cities is only going to score that 1 star. So it's extremely fun. It's highly, highly just trying to figure out how to piece all of these together to score off of the 3 realms you have. And we didn't mention this before, but the lead player draws 3 realms. Everyone else uses the same 3. Yes. So I had to go and I had to look through my realm cards and find those 3. Then next round, I will draw 3 from my deck. Lizzie will go and find those cards. And that's why playing over Zoom or playing online, you can do this because everybody just uses the same cards. So if we were playing this long distance, you would just grab your 3 cards to match us. We would roll the die, and then you would play along with us. Yeah. So really, really smart idea.
I would like to mention that Rodney does have a watch it played video. So if you really like a good, detailed, in-depth rules video, we are not a rules.
We are not going to teach you how to play. We're going to show you how it's played.
We'll show you as we're playing. Hopefully you get the gist.
He's got a great overview.
He's the one who taught us how to play this. So
Rodney's always the best.
He is the best. Okay, society. Each card number must be lower than directly above.
Yep.
So highest to lowest, right?
Each card number must be lower than the card above it. So you start at the bottom. Well, I guess you don't have to start at the bottom, but whatever you're putting above has to be lower. So if it's a 6, you have to put a 5 through 1.
Yeah, so the lowest at the top.
Correct. You don't want to put a 6 at the top because then you're not going to get anything. But then you're going to gain the resources from these when you fill in a row. Tapestry.
And then it's completing a triangle of numbers is going to give you the stars. And then if you complete the whole thing, you get an extra one.
That's nice.
Tapestry, it's the polyomino. So based on the number that you have, you're going to get a shape, and you're going to get to put that shape in. When you fill in the smaller squares, you're going to get whatever resources in the middle. When you fill in a row or a column, you're going to get a star.
Yep.
And that's basically it. So pumpkins adjust dies 1 or plus
so you go plus 1 or minus 1 on the pumpkins here. If you spend 3 pumpkins, you can adjust a die plus, minus, or leave it. And then you can use it in the realm you've already activated. So again, there are ways to break the rules that we were talking about before. The hearts are going to let you, if the rolled dice are a pair, you gain another value of that. So if we rolled snake eyes or 2 2s, then I could spend 2 hearts to get a second 2, and then I could activate all 3 of my realms for that turn.
Third 2.
Or it'd be a third 2, sorry. 3 hearts is going to let me gain a die of the same value as another rolled. So a 5 and a 3, I could spend 3 hearts to get another 3 or another 5. 2 coins, if the sum of the rolled dice is 7, I'm going to gain a die of the same value as either of them. So I can spend 2 coins to gain a 3 or a 5, but only if the combined sum is 7, which is kind of fun. And then you can just straight up spend coins to gain a value die 1 through 6. So 1 coin for a 1, 6 coins for a 6. The dice do not wrap, so when you're doing a plus or minus, you can't go from a 1 to a 6 or a 6 to a 1. You can use these at any time you want during the game, before, after, or activating the stuff. And you can do as many times as you want to spend resources.
And I mean, it's great to use them because 0.1 point is not as great as being able to score a star.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So
this is a fraction of the score, right?
Okay, so are we going with the 3 and the 5? We're just going to do it? Okay.
Totally. So then I'll come over to Euphoria. I'll mark a 3 here, which is going to give me a coin. So I will circle that. And then I'll put the 5 over here. Oh, nope, I can't because I've already activated that realm. So that 5 is going to come over here. And this is a 3x3. So I'm going to do that. So you can see here that I have finished this upper top square. So I get 2, or no, that's a pumpkin.
Just get a pumpkin.
I just get a pumpkin for that.
Where are you getting this 2
Sorry,
from?
it looked like 2 coins, but it's just a pumpkin. And then that would be the end of the round.
Do you need
and
your
so
colorblind glasses?
We would roll. No, I'm good. So then we go to the next round. So there's your 7. So if you spent 2 coins, then you could gain either another 2 or another 5. So I like that 2, but I'm going to spend a pumpkin to make it a 1 and put each card must be lower than the one directly above.
I know we both struggle with that.
So wait, you want higher at the top?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I put the 5 there.
Yeah. So I'm going to put a 1 on the bottom.
Pumpkin.
And then I have the 5 to place, so I will use that 5 over here in Euphoria. So that's going to give me a star. Hey, 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 getting those stars.
I got a star too this round. Okay, my turn.
All right, yep, your turn.
1 and a 4.
All right.
Very good. I want to do the 4.
Oh, man, you rolled another 1. Okay.
And I will do...
Well, adding a 1 here makes it a
star.
4. So that's going to give me another star in Euphoria. And if I place the 4 over here, it's kind of a weird shape, but it's going to go like that. And that fills in the coin. And I will spend...
Ooh, you're going to spend something? Decisions.
Yeah, I'll spend 2 coins to get a 2 value to mark through here. So 3, 4, 5, 6 gives me another star in Euphoria.
Okay, I believe it is your turn to roll.
Yep. And it doesn't really matter who rolls.
It's
you
true.
just, someone needs to roll. Doesn't really matter who.
You mean they're not magic dice that just leap up and roll themselves?
They could be magic dice.
Someone get on that.
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to put...
So I'm going to use a 2 over in Euphoria again. So a 2 plus 5 is 7. So again, the sum of the marked numbers in that area is between 4 and 10. So I'm going to get a star. And I also get just a star. So I've used my numbers for the round. Okay, you want to roll?
Yes. Let's move this a little bit closer. I do not have as long of arms as you do.
You don't have long arms like me? 5 and a 6. Good roll. So I'll put the 6 at the top. Because again, it's highest to lowest, right? Each card must be lower than the one directly above it. Then I will use that 5. Oh, man. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6. I need to activate this with a 4 to get a 10. I've already put a 5 over here, so I have to put the 5 on Tapestry. So a 5 is a 3 by 3. So if I go here and here, yeah, whew, that's gonna be tough because now I've got a 1 square here and a 1 square here. Man, is that smart? I mean, it's not smart, but it is what it is.
6, 7, 8.
We'll make it work. Okay, ready? 4 and a 5. So that's perfect. I needed the 4 over in Euphoria. So that makes this area a total of 10 for another star. And then the 5 I will place under the 6.
Okay, so I did the 4 there, and I have to use the 5 still.
You still have to use the 5, you said? Yeah, the 5, like the Tapestry, the larger the numbers, like you can fill in a lot larger square, but man, is it hard because you can see on these cards that some of the squares are already filled in, so you can't place over those. And you're also trying to fill in rows and columns here, so it gets pretty difficult as far as not using those larger numbers over on Tapestry.
So this is going to be a pumpkin and a heart.
Did you roll those? I can't remember. It doesn't matter, I'll roll. Whoa!
Oh, snake eyes.
Snake eyes, so doubles. So doubles for Euphoria, basically if both the numbers, if you're making a mark and both are paired, you make the mark in both of the sides. I've already made my 1 mark though, so I'll make the 1 mark in the other side. So it's 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've maxed out Euphoria stars. And the other one is coming over here. Yeah, I have.
Dang, dude.
That's how I've been doing it.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, because it's all marked numbers in that area,
and
there's 2 areas.
4 and 6.
I mean, I've maxed it, though, so I can't score any more there. A 4, so the 4 can go there. So I finished this row, so I'm going to go ahead and get I missed that, put my heart and my coin. And then the 6, I'll place over here. So that's going to be a pumpkin and a heart. Okay, and these wipe at the end of each round, so you want to use them or not use them, but they don't hold over from round to round as far as the resources are concerned.
Hmm. I'm struggling to figure out which.
I need a really good roll to finish my tapestry. Has not been doing well for me.
Same, like.
I need a 4. You know what? It would make a lot more sense to use my 4 over in tapestry and not in society.
I don't think there's anything I can do to earn a column or row in tapestry.
Heart. So I finished that. I finished a row there. Yeah, because this is a lot larger of a... I needed a very specific number in tapestry, but this is a larger section of numbers that I can use there. So I'll put the 6 over here, and I'll put the 4 here in tapestry.
Do the 6 here, which is going to give me a pumpkin and a heart. Okay, and I believe this is me.
Yep.
4 and a 5.
4 and a 5.
That is not great. Okay, I'm going to use a pumpkin to make one of the 4s a 3, to get this, to get this. And then... I think I did that. I mean, I marked it off, obviously. I think you're supposed to start at the beginning. I just did the most recent one, but I can count well. I'm fine.
Oof, this one's tough. So...
That's going to give me...
Yeah, I really messed up tapestry, but I just placed that.
You really got to just commit to it and do it every round.
You got to commit and try it. All right, so the 4 is going to go here, and then the 5 will go...
hey, you got 1 star off of it, though. Didn't you? On
2
tapestry?
stars.
No, tapestry.
Yeah, I got 1 star on tapestry, which is not a big
it?
deal. Well, I circled it. The 5 I'll just throw over here to get a pumpkin and a heart. And do I want to spend any of those?
You haven't marked your stars on the society either. What you doing, dude?
1, 2. So I only got 2 stars. Is that right? Is that what you see as well?
Yep.
I was 1 pumpkin short. Yep, 1 pumpkin short, although I guess...
What you gonna do?
Hold on. If I use this coin to come over here, because I haven't activated tapestry, so I'll put 1 there. Sorry, not there. I'll put, you watching, I'll put it here to finish that pumpkin out. So I circle that pumpkin. I mark through 3 pumpkins. To adjust a die, I can use it in a realm I've already activated this turn, so then I'll use it, this 4, again over here. So now I've completed 1, 2, 3 stars in society. Bam! There it is. That's it for me.
Okay, I've already added up my score. I have
6,
7,
9, 10,
and then I have exactly 10, so that puts me at 8 stars this round.
10.4.
Okay, one of my favorite things about this game, and I know this is like a weird thing to have be favorite, it comes with little dust cloths.
It does come with dust cloths, so you can
wipe your game boards off.
It's true.
So that they don't get all like messy. You're not trying to use your hands. You're not like searching for a Kleenex or something in the middle of the game.
If I don't have the end cap to erase, then this is a great alternative.
I don't like the end cap. I feel like it just
Really?
gets so gunky right away because it's such a small space.
Yeah, that's fair.
I feel like this is a lot easier to use. Okay, so
I'm
these
happy
are
with
go away.
both. Either option. Either or. I'm happy. Alright, so those are gone. The next 3 are going to be here. So we're going to play with, moving into round 2, Pendulum, My Little Scythe, and Between Two Cities. Alright, so My Little Scythe, you're going to mark a hex and gain a pumpkin or a heart, depending on which hex you place it into. And then you're going to gain a coin whenever you complete a matching set. So if I complete both the 1s, both the 2s, both the 3s, I get a coin. And then I'm going to score 2 stars per resource type, pumpkins, hearts, or coins, for which I've gained 6 or more in all realms. So if I have 6 or more resources in each of the 3, that will max out. That one's tough to do. Between Two Cities, You're going to place a number. It's kind of like Sudoku a little bit. Sudoku.
How did you say that?
I don't know.
Sudoku?
Yeah, Sudoku. Where you can't place numbers that are like each other. I don't even know if that's the best.
Sudoku is...
That's the best.
1 through 9 in a square, and you can't have 1 through 9 in the square. You can't have 1 through 9
so that's
in
a
the
bad
column
comparison.
Or row, like...
In the between two cities, if I place a 1 here, then I can't place a 1 in any of the boxes that touch it. Orthogonally adjacent.
You could do it diagonally, so the corners and the middle could all be 1.
Pendulum, you either, when you make a mark here, circle one of the top spots, and then later you can mark through the different die faces, and then when you complete a sand timer, you get everything that you've marked through. So it's a little bit like an engine building. You're marking what you're going to get, and then when you complete a sand timer, you gain all of those things. And there are stars on those. So let's do this. 2 and a 5. Here we go. So I'm going to go over to Pendulum and circle the star. And then I'm going to place a 2 in the middle. And then when you complete rows and columns on between two cities, you would get those resources. Okay. I'm going to come back over to Pendulum and circle the star and place a 5 here. Oof, 1 and a 6. Okay, so I'm going to cross off. No, I don't want to do that yet. Oh, that's so good, though. All right, I'll put a 1 here, gain 2 coins, and I'll put a 6 here.
Oh, I need to use my 1.
To gain a pumpkin. Also, with my little scythe, you don't have to hold on to them. They just have to be gained. You can use them. They just have to be circled.
Yeah, that's true. That's a great thing. Did we also say that if in between two cities you've only made 1 mark and your lowest is like 3 stars, you can only earn 1 of those stars?
Yeah, I mean, it's the lowest of the 2 scores next to it.
Yes, but you also have to have at least that many numbers in your grid
yeah, that's
to
right.
earn the
That's
stars.
right.
So if I only make 1 mark on my between 2 cities and both
star.
of these say I earn 4 stars, I would only earn 1 star for between 2 cities.
It can't be higher than the number of squares filled. That's a good point.
That's a good point because otherwise you could just be like, oh, I'm not really going to do anything with between 2 cities. Really focus on the other 2. You're not going to get any in the middle. Okay, it's a 4 and a 5.
Yep. So then I'll put a 5 over here to get a pumpkin.
One and a 4.
Okay. So I will use my 4 on the middle sand timer, and then I'll put the 1 over here to get a pumpkin. I'll then spend 3 pumpkins to adjust a die and use it in a realm I've already activated. So I'll use the 4, plus it to a 5, reactivate Pendulum, finishing a sand timer, gaining 2 stars, and a pumpkin and a coin.
Okay, then. Yours.
No, I rolled.
You don't mind?
Yeah. As long as someone rolls it, I don't mind. Oh, doubles.
6s. Okay, so we're going to do...
So then I'll activate Pendulum to get 2 stars and a coin and a pumpkin. Then the other 6, I will come over here and get a heart. Then when I fill in like, I get a coin. So then I'll spend 1 coin to put a 1 right here in between 2 cities.
2 and a 3.
Yep. All right, I'll mark 1 pendulum mark. I'm going to come over here and put a 3 in this heart. I'm going to use 2 of these coins to place a 2 here. So I'm going to get a pumpkin and a heart. I will mark 3 pumpkins to adjust a die plus or minus 1 or 0. I can use it in a realm I've already used this turn. I will use this 3 back over here in the pendulum to mark that. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
2 and a 5.
So I'm going to use a pumpkin to make this a 4. To do this, which is going to give me heart.
That's a tough one for
2
me.
coins.
So I really need to adjust that 2 down to a 1. So can I gain a pumpkin this turn somewhere?
And
nope, I cannot. But I could use 3 hearts. 3 hearts to gain a die the same value as either. So I'll use those 3 to gain a 2. I'll place that 2 here to get a pumpkin. I will use that pumpkin to make that 2 into a 1 to place here in pendulum to get stars, another coin, and another pumpkin. And then with the 5 that I haven't used this turn yet, I will place it here. And I'll use 3... Oh, wait, I've already activated all of those, so I can't... Yep.
You're done.
I'm done.
2 and a 5.
This is the last round. All right. So I need to get some hearts. So if I place a 2 here, I get a heart. I also get a coin.
Okay, I want to do 2 here, which is going to give me 2 coins. I can't do 5.
I've already used the 2 over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 3 coins to place a 3 here to get 2 hearts. Then I will use...
-1 to make this.
Well, I've already activated that, so it's not going to do anything. So I finished Pendulum, so that's it. So I would rather have the unused resources for the extra points.
So if you gain a die, you have to use it somewhere else, right? You can't use it in the same one?
If you gain a die, it has to be used in one of the unactivated realms, unless you do the one that says the 3 pumpkins, it can be used in a realm you've already used this turn. So if you do 3 pumpkins, you can reactivate a realm.
Okay, so I'm going to do that to reactivate to put a 5. So that will give me 4 here. So this will give me, I have 6 pumpkins.
So I've got 6 pumpkins, 6 coins, and 6 hearts.
So I only get 4 here. But I have 4 numbers in here, so I will give me 4 stars here.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Because I also have 4 here, so
I have 2, 4.
It's gonna be 12.
6. So, I maxed that across the board. 6, 6, 6.
Well, that's the devil's number.
So that's 18 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
13.
So 18.6.
Dang, when did you get so good at this game? That you were not crushing it the last time we played it.
I know.
I feel like you turned it off, and then you're like, "Oh, camera time."
I mean, I'm seeing the combos now. I'm seeing the synergy, and that's one of the really cool things about this game, is how the
stacked the deck, didn't you?
I did. I stacked the deck. No, it's like how the cards come out and how you can utilize them to piggyback off each other is really cool, and how you can find those synergies. Again, like you mentioned earlier, the replayability is super high based on the cards that come out.
Okay.
All right. So next, this is the last round.
Yeah.
This is it. What are we doing? I know, I'm waiting.
Wingspan.
Hey, I love Wingspan.
Scythe.
I love Scythe. Oh.
Between 2 castles.
I thought you were going to pull out Viticulture. I was like, man, that's my top 3 Stonemeyers.
Okay, so the 2 that we have not used, Viticulture and Charterstone.
Yeah. Man, if you could have pulled out Viticulture, that'd be my 3 favorite Stonemeyer games right there. All right, let's go.
Okay. We ready?
Move those up there. Yeah, let's go. Oh, doubles right off the bat. Okay.
Okay. Wingspan, fill in a square with any number left to right, and then you get a star when you get all 3. If you're able to get that number exactly, you get 2 stars. Scythe, top row provides resources, and the bottom row, you spend whatever resources in there to get the number.
Super thematic. I love it.
So, like, if you do the top, if you have a 1, you get that coin. But if you also happen to have a heart, you can do the bottom one, cross it off, and get that star. Between 2 castles, fill squares from bottom up. So you can do different columns differently, but you have to go from the bottom to the top. And when you fill in a column, you're going to get the resource. When you fill in a row and each castle is independent, you're going to get a star for each row.
So with Scythe, do you have to pay 3 hearts, or you just pay 1 of that type? I think you just pay
just
that.
the bottom
you just
row
pay
resource.
the bottom row resource. You would have to pay.
It literally just says minus
a
a
coin.
heart.
Okay, minus a heart.
They
okay.
have like double hearts, double coins.
So I was just curious why there's like a 5 there though.
What do you mean? Because if you just marked the bottom, if you had a 5.
Oh, you could still get the star. You just wouldn't get the Oh, that's right. That's right. So it's really it's really
better
cool.
To
it's
have
better
a bunch
to do
of
the top
resources
and
and
then
do
get the bottom
yeah.
for free. Boom. There it is. There it is.
Do you not understand your favorite game?
I remember. I remember Scythe. I'm trying to figure out how it works here, right? All right. So I'm gonna put,
yeah.
I'm gonna put the 4 in Wingspan, getting a star.
What?
Or not a star, a coin.
Well, see, this is the first round. How are you winning a star? That's not right.
So basically, I'm just cheating, and I'm deciding to get whatever I feel like.
Yeah. Hey there.
Oh, that's funny. And then I'll put a 4 over here. So in between 2 castles, when you gain resources when completing a column. So I'm gonna get 8.
The number has to be lesser than directly below it.
Yeah. So you want to build
big ones on the bottom,
big to top. Yeah. 2 and a 3. I'm gonna put a 2 in Wingspan to get a pumpkin.
Oh, I got a coin here. I forgot to mark off.
And then I will place the 3
and I will do the
here inside to get a pumpkin, and I'll spend the coin to get the star. Boom.
Same.
Samesies. Oh!
That's twice in a row now.
Again. Okay.
It's impressive. So
it is impressive.
Get this.
Get a heart.
Get that.
I'll put the 4 in Scythe to get a coin, and then the bottom row action there is to pay a pumpkin. I have a pumpkin, so I will do that and get another star in Scythe. Let's go. 2 and a 5.
Okay, I'm going to use a pumpkin to make that a 1, which is going to give me 7 and a star and a second star for getting exactly 7.
I will use my 2
I will do this
to get a heart, and then I'll do the bottom row action of paying a pumpkin.
Oh, I have a coin.
To get that star.
No, I don't.
My cap's falling off there.
You don't need it on.
Boom.
Have a coin,
let's go.
Get a star. Okay. Yours.
No, I rolled that.
Don't mind. Does not matter. 4.
Whoever wants to roll the dice. If you have fun rolling the dice, you roll the dice. All right, so I have finished the middle Wingspan, 4, 4, 4. 4 times 3 is 12. So, boom. Got that.
I need a 4.
And then the 3, I'm going to place... I'll place it here. Okay, ready? 1 and a 6.
Of course.
I'll place the 1 in Scythe to get a coin, and I'll pay the heart to get the star. There we go. Oh, I need to use the 6 somewhere. You want to roll? Oh, that's rough.
2. Oh, hang on. I'm doing it numerically. 1.
I'll put the 2 over here to get a coin. I'll put the 1 above the 6 to get 2 hearts.
2. Get a heart. Spend a pumpkin. Get a star.
I'll spend 3 coins to put a 3 in Wingspan. And 3 plus 2 plus 2 is 7. Okay. So I've gotten 4 total stars from Wingspan.
You ready?
3 and a 6. I'll put a 6 here to get double pumpkins.
Ooh, 6.
I will use 2 pumpkins, because you can use as many to go plus or minus. So 2 pumpkins to make the 3 into a 5 to get a heart. Oh.
Oh, shoot.
Nope, not a good idea. because I just realized I don't have the coin to pay for the bottom row action. So what I'll do is I'll spend 1 pumpkin to make this into a 4 to just do the...
Get a second pumpkin.
Oh, it doesn't... No. Okay, sorry. Leave that pumpkin. I'm doing this. Bottom row action, 3 to 3. Pay a heart. Get a star. All right. Last round.
Oh, good. 2 to make this a 4 to give me 2 stars.
Bummer City.
And then use that 2 here. I'm completing another round.
I'll put a 3 here to get a pumpkin. I'll use 3 pumpkins to gain adjust a die, use it in a realm we've already used. So I'll put the 3 here to get 1 star. So I didn't max Wingspan, but I did get the 1 star out of it.
So
okay.
12.6.
So between 2 castles, how do you score this? Score a star per completed row.
So
So
you have
1, 2,
3.
3 rows. So 3 there. So I've got 5, 10, 13, 13, or sorry, 5, 10, 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 13.5.
Man, you crushed me in every single round.
All right, and then I got to add all this up. So 6 and 4 is 10. So that's a point.
3.
So 28, 29. 42.5.
33.7.
Boom! I was seeing the dice tonight.
You were.
I
you
was
were like
I was in
on
it.
fire.
I was on it. I really, really like this game.
I did too.
We've had so much fun playing this one.
I
And
do
I'm
too.
really I love the concept of how this came out of pandemic and how they used the creativeness. Like, that's just really cool, and it's such a positive thing to see.
Such a great story.
It's an awesome story,
And the fact that it's a good game on top of it.
100%, absolutely.
Yes.
There's also a solo mode where you play mini golf. It's a solitaire mini golf. We've not played the solitaire yet, but a lot of my friends have told
Said
us
it's really good.
they say it's really fun. So I love mini golf, and I think this would be something I'm interested in trying out, especially if it's enjoyable. If you haven't had a chance to try Rolling Realms, I highly, highly suggest doing so. Again, because you can play it long distance, and right now, since a lot of us are still kind of in this quasi-quarantine-ish thing, if you're not able to get out and go to conventions or play with your local group, maybe try to play this online with friends. Pre-order it and get a chance to play. Or even find the print and play, because I wonder if that's still around. Because again, this did come out of a print and play version.
I mean, it probably shouldn't be that hard to find.
No, definitely not. What do you think?
I think I really liked it. I like the replayability. I like how every single card is based on a game and how
That's super creative.
it's super thematic to that game. Like, I know we didn't play with viticulture, but like
Oh,
you're
the
getting
wine.
like
Yeah,
the wine,
yeah.
you're making the grapes, and then you're gonna combine the grape numbers that you have filled in with like a number out here to make a cup of wine. Like,
yeah, to fulfill wine
super
orders.
cute.
Love it. And then the Charterstone is like the crates, and you score based on how many crates you're able to fill in with numbers. Again, absolutely fantastic thematic. Thematically, it is spot on. Mechanically, the game is solid. It plays
you can really,
really
figure
quickly.
out some pretty cool chains using the resources.
Yep.
And it plays really quickly, which is so great. I love a quick game. It plays really well 2-player, and I mean, I think it's gonna
I think it'll
really
play.
well,
It'll
no
play
matter the player
quickly no
count.
matter the player count,
Yes.
just because of how the game functions.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna have a lot of fun with this one. So, and I wonder, did I read that like just because you could put multiple of these together, right?
Yeah.
Like
so,
you could play a huge game.
So it says 1 to 6 on the box only because they only
have
have
6 of these
6
cards.
sets of the cards. So it doesn't matter like if 2 people are playing the blue cards because you're playing on the front. So if you got multiple copies of the game,
It reminds me of what AEG did with Tiny Towns, where you
Yes.
just get tons of Tiny Town versions
Copies.
and then play a huge, or Cartographers Welcome to, where you play like a 100-person game.
there's no limit to the amount of people who can join the game.
Yep. Super cool. So I hope you had a good time watching. I hope that this gave you an idea of what you can expect from Rolling Realms from Stonemaier. You should be able to go ahead and find a copy at your local game store or from their website.
Yep.
Wherever you find it, I hope you have a good time with it.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.
See you, everybody.
Bye.